And my name is Michel Desmarquet. Certain of you saw me, certain never seen before. And I have to thank you very, very much to be interested on what's happened to me in June 1987. And I'm sure you're all here because you want to know more about it. I know a lot of you read the book. You are dying to ask questions. We will do the question at the end of the lecture. Don't worry, you can ask plenty of questions. Now, for those who haven't read the book at all, how many of you didn't read the book? Yeah, good, few, okay. So I have to start from the beginning, which was during the night. I was sleeping very quietly in my little hobby farm over there in North Queensland, when suddenly I wake and I was thinking it was the morning, you know, ready to go, fresh, like you had a good night's sleep. Then I went to the kitchen, and in the kitchen I was surprised to see it was 12:30. I dressed up. At that moment, I have to explain to you, because people don't understand really, maybe in a book. At that moment, I became like a zombie in my own house, like if I was telepatized by something, hypnotized. Then I wrote a note to my wife, darling, I will be away for 10 days. Oh, why did I do that? It was like two Michel, one watching the other, doing that. I put the note under the telephone. I turned around, I went under the veranda, went down there, and down the stairs, and at the same time I call it backyard. It's not backyard, it's sort of bushy stuff behind the house because I live next to the rainforest. And I continued to walk. When suddenly under my feet, the ground became bluish, reddish, everything distorted. At the light of the star, I could see the house distorted. The philodendron, which is, somebody knows, is a beautiful plant, on a tree next to me, started to distort it. And I said, oh, sort of waking up, what am I doing here? I'm sick, I want to go home. And at that precise moment, I've been lifted from the ground and passed on another dimension. At that part of the book, the translator said to me, oh, because the book been written in French originally, and my English is not good enough to write directly in English, unfortunately. And translator said, Michel, you should change that part of the book, because suddenly you are in your garden, after that you are sitting on a rock somewhere else. I said, I'm very, very sorry, I prefer to explain that later, but I can't change anything in that book except the postscript, which is really what I think about it. But the rest have been forbidden to me to change one word of it. So I can't change that part, even if I don't like that part myself. So what's happened when suddenly I appear, as I say, in front of a huge human being, 10 feet high, who look at me with a smile, a transparent helmet, and say, oh, everything will be all right, Michel, in French, which is my own language. I say, you must be joking, I'm dreaming, because we are in Australia, first of all, why do you speak to French to me? And she say, I say, we speak English here, and she says, so do I in English. So I say, that's it, it's a dream, I'm going to fall upon a carpet, I'm dreaming, I'm in my bed. And she said, no, 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 you are not dreaming, we don't want you to think you are dreaming at all, we came to pick you up physically, and to make you doing a trip which nobody ever done, at least on this century, on this planet. You have to remember, all of you, that sentence, because later in a lecture we are going to use it. It's very interesting. If I don't use it, because I can forget, there's so many things to say. At the question time, you remind me about that sentence. Now what's happened? I was in a different universe. I saw people passing a bit further in last century costume. And I say, who are those people? And she said, we are in a parallel universe to Earth. Here the time stopped. Those people are there for hundreds of years. If you stay here 200 years, you can go out, example, and look exactly the same age 200 years later. I didn't understand correctly at that time, but I explained that, of course, in a book very, very well. The parallel universe is a sort of curse all around the planet. Now I'm going to explain to you something. The planet Earth. Everybody heard, I hope, about the Bermuda Triangle. And simply, around the planet, you have a parallel universe turning around it. And that parallel universe, if you remember the Bermuda Triangle, by the way, is a place where people say plane disappear, ship disappear, people disappear, object disappear, birds disappear. So many people say, oh yes, yes, it is the UFO. It is what they call a flying saucer, picking people and kidnapping them. It is not. It could, because it is UFO, which are different of my aliens, but it is not that. Some other people say, oh yes, it is the pyramid of Atlantis which trapped people. It's also false. It is simply the parallel universe is flipping like a sheet of nylon in a wind and sometimes touching our universe more often on the place of that Bermuda Triangle, that place in Atlantic. It is a very well-known place. So each time if the parallel universe touches that place, it's at the same moment a ship, a plane, a human being passed, disappear and trapped in a parallel universe. The parallel universe is a different dimension of our dimension. So when you go there, also you are trapped, as I say already a few times. And as I talked to Tao, it's a curse, difficult. Some people came out of it by accident also as they went on, and they are fortunate. Some became amnesia, they don't remember what's happened. Others came also out and they don't want to talk about it because they say, if I dare to talk about what's happened to me, everybody is going to think I'm a cuckoo. And some people even take me for a cuckoo. Do I look like a cuckoo?
You can't tell it by looks.
Very good. Like the cover of the book. Okay. Now, at that moment, Tao told me that, and she said, we are going to take you for a trip, as I said before. And I said, you must be joking. What for? And she said, you are going to witness what we are going to show you with your physical body and report it in a book. I say, you must be joking because I'm a gardener. I'm not a writer. Why don't you take a writer or a journalist? You had good writers, she says. That's a good question because Plato was a good one, but he's dead long time ago. Victor Hugo was a good one too, but he's dead also. And the journalists are making too much of sensationalism. We need you to report word for word what you are going to witness and to put the information in a book, and we'll help you to do that. She didn't tell me at that moment why they choose me, but we'll talk about that later. By the way, before to go further, I forgot to tell you something very important. You are all here in that room, that lecture. We are going to talk about astral body, astral travel, space travel, stars, Big Bang, and so on and so on. Thousands of books have been written on that. I am sorry, but all those books are theory, which is very good, like the theory also of Darwin's theory. You have a lot of theory, plenty theory. It's all theories. But I am here not to tell you theories, not to tell you my opinion, what I think of it, what I think that we can talk philosophically after the lecture. But I am here to tell you the truth.